Hudson, I guess this can be your fifth time to play Ole Miss, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I bet Lane Kiffin's looking at that depth chart going, "Oh crap, I got to play that guy again." After what do you remember about that 2020 game? That was kind of your coming out party.
And that was a long time ago. So I mean, I don't really look at that too much, but just focus on this game in front of us.
Yeah, you remember you had three picks, right?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, and I know you were out for a while, and then maybe you were limited because of the back, but you got to start last week. I think played 40 plus snaps, got a couple takeaways. How good was it to really get back in the flow last week?
Yeah, it was just you sometimes take it for granted. So being out, I got a different look on the game, and so just being able to go out there and compete with my brothers, man, it's a blessing.
You got six picks now, and I think four fumble recoveries and two forced fumbles. So you've obviously, what is it about you and having a nose for the ball? Do you think? What's the?
Um, I think just, I mean, good things happen when you run to the ball, and so just being rewarded for that, I guess. I'm not really sure. Just kind of playing physical, playing with the edge. It's about it.
Okay, I might have a few more. I'll turn back to Oliver. Thanks.
Ray, go ahead.
Yeah, Hudson, sorry, I'm going to ask you about the three picks again. I know you don't want to talk about the past, but for
Yeah.
you, you went from a walk on, nobody really knew, like, who is this guy out there? What was it like, though, when, when you step on campus Monday and, everybody knew who you were suddenly?
I mean, that was a good feeling, obviously. I think the most important was being able to be on scholarship, and that was a goal of mine for since I got up here, and so I think that was the biggest for me. Um, but yeah, it was just a really long time ago. Just can hardly remember it now.
Now, you've played against Jackson Dart a couple of times. You've probably seen him from every angle in the secondary, from safety to corner to nickel, probably. What is it about him that makes him so good and so efficient?
Yeah, I mean he's a really good thrower, and then he's sneaky with the run. I mean he can make plays when there's nothing there, and so I mean we got to be ready for him on all levels of the defense.
Luke, obviously, I don't know if it's ever said anything about it, but you've been dealing with a back. It's clear that you've been, in anguish sometimes early in the season. But it looks like things are straightening out for you. Was that a lot of relief and let go of frustration, I guess, to have those two touchdown catches and just kind of, show, hey, I'm back?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say in the beginning of the year, I'd struggled a couple games with my back, but now I'm 120% healthy. I feel the best I've felt since I got here and even in high school. And then Saturday, being able to get those two touchdowns and then Andreas getting those, I was honestly more happy seeing Andreas get those touchdowns, but it was just a really good day for us as a room and as a team. And it proved it with how well we ran the ball and then that helped us in the passing game.
Yeah, I know the guys that left are your brothers and stuff, but is that, I mean, frustrating at all that, it's a smaller room now and, um, it's up to a lot fewer guys. I think you got three scholarship tight ends now.
Yes, I mean, like you said, we love them, but they're gonna go on and do other things that are gonna benefit them. But I mean, it's a really big opportunity for Maddox and all of our other guys, Andreas, for all of us to step up because I mean, we all get the same reps at practice. That's just how we practice.
Mm.
So, I mean, it'll be a really great opportunity for them to step up, and we're excited and headed in the right direction.
Thanks, fellas.
Tom, go ahead.
Hey, Luke, that 4th and 1 touchdown that you caught the other day, back in '08, Petrino called that Cowboy Get It. And I wonder, does it have a different name now or is it still Cowboy Get It?
Um, I guess I can say it because that's a huddle play. Yeah, it has the same cowboy get it pass right or left, but yeah, I mean it has the same analogy that it had back then.
All right. I learned something on Sunday that it was National Tight Ends Day, and it's pretty new. Had you heard of that before?
A little bit last year. No, but I mean it's a cool day for us to be recognized, but I mean I think every position should be recognized.
The progression of Bobby Petrino's offense. We were talking to Josh Braun earlier, and he said not only Taylor but everybody. The more and more you get in it, the more just the better it becomes and the better, easier to run it maybe. What have you thought about maybe how things have progressed from an offensive standpoint?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Because there's so many checks and things that it all starts with the quarterback, but it starts with us too on some plays. So being able to have these games under our belt and have experience of what looks we're gonna get has helped us as an offense and the receivers and us in the passing game, knowing like when we should break and all kinds of stuff. It's gonna start paying off, and we're starting to gel together because we have games under our belt.
Gotcha. Hey, Hudson, we were talking to Eric Gregory just a minute ago about the goal line stand, and the last two plays on it were your tackle with a guy, got so close to crossing the plane, and then his on fourth down. The two old heads contributing right there. What did you think of that goal line stand?
I mean, it was awesome just to see on fourth down them getting through the line, and that was all the D line and linebackers, man, creating push. Um, just it's about kind of who wants it more when you get that close, and so I mean that's a big testament to those guys up front.
What do you think of Ole Miss's personnel, particularly in the pass catching game?
Yeah, I mean they're really explosive. They got the I think top 10, top 5 running and passing. So I mean, I think they start with their running game and it kind of opens up their passing game and they go so fast that it just kind of we got to be ready for that because can't be cutting guys free or missing our assignments because we're tired or they're going fast.
Okay. Hey, my last couple things, Luke. The touchdown run Talon had. I mean, it was clear his knee was feeling a lot better when he juked that guy around. What did y'all think of that when you saw that in film room?
I mean, as soon as we got here, really our first scrimmage, you could tell that he was going to be able to make those plays for the whole entire year. And then with his knee, he's a really tough guy, and it just shows that he's willing to get inside for treatment and take care of his body so he can be able to play with us because he didn't miss a day of practice after he got hit. So, I mean, it just shows his testament to his body and especially to us as an offense.
His completion percentage the last three games has been remarkably better than it was the three before. What have you maybe seen from him specifically on his comfort level?
I think he's like we talked about earlier. He's just, I mean, we're all getting more experience with the offense, and then he's really trusting his offensive line, and he's making plays when he needs to. Because, I mean, as you guys can see, he can get out of the pocket and run and be dangerous. So, I mean, he's just going to get better and better, and it's exciting knowing that he still has another year if he wants to take it. So, yes.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Hudson, when did the outside cornerback's a new position for you? I know you're accustomed to position changes over the year, but when did Sam come to you and say, "Hey, want to try this out?" And what's maybe the biggest difference working out there?
Um, yeah, I think the schemes changed a lot since I last played it, so that was kind of the biggest difference. Trying to just get the terminology, and I mean we're in the same meeting room, so it wasn't that hard to pick up, but just the footwork and terminology was a little different. But what caused that? I think we were kind of limited and we had people injured, and we had Miguel coming back for safety. So I mean we had more depth there than we did corner. So he just asked me if I wanted to move or asked me if I could move, yeah.
Do you remember when that was? Like maybe the UAB game, I think you guys might have had was when the injury started coming up.
Um, it might have been the week before Tennessee, I
Okay,
think.
gotcha. Texas A&M, that makes sense. And Luke, for you, man, the two touchdowns. I know Sam, Coach Pittman's been praising your blocking all year. Was there ever an ounce of frustration that maybe the receiving output wasn't quite maybe what you thought it would be before the season and before this past week?
I mean, not really, because all we can do as a tight end room is just put wins on tape for receiving stuff. And I mean, that's what we've been doing at practice, and then just trusting Coach Petrino and his plan. Because at the end of the day, it's about us winning games. And if he wants us to go in there and block, then we'll go in there and block. And then if he wants me or any other tight ends to get out and run routes and catch balls and be explosive, we'll do that too. So I mean, I think it was just a big thing was just trusting and not letting anything frustrate you, because if you do that, it'll ruin your game.
And I know you said you were happy for Andreas. How was the offense happy for Jordan as well? I think that was his first career touchdown this weekend.
Yes, I think we are just all together happy. The offensive line played great. And then getting Jordan to get that touchdown just really allowed him to show his speed and what he can do and what he's been showing at practice.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, Bob. How are you? Okay. Luke, I know you've improved as a blocker a lot. And Ole Miss, man, they got like 34 sacks. So they got some big time D ends. How big will the tight ends blocking be in this game, do you think?
I think we're going to be a factor for blocking them. And then Coach Petrino has some good stuff in the game plan for us. Just a lot of stuff that I probably can't talk about, but it'll be exciting just to go out there and perform with what we have been practicing.
And then Hudson, you obviously were a teammate of Pooh Paul for I guess 2 years, and Luke, you were with him last year, and just wondering what you guys keep track. He's having a pretty good year at Ole Miss, and I mean that's the way it happens. Like Xavier comes in here, it's having a great year for you guys. It's kind of like chess pieces moving around the board or whatever in the SEC. But just wondering what you guys think about Pooh's season, and do y'all ever stay in touch with him, or just maybe catch him on TV or something?
Yeah, I mean, he's a heck of a player, heck of a guy. So, I mean, I guarantee you he's going to be fired up to come in here and show us what he's got. But, yeah, I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I mean, he's had a really great year. And last year when he was here, he was a great teammate for us. And just the way he practices and plays, there's not many people who do it like him. So it'll be exciting to get to go against him this Saturday.
And then Luke, going against Hudson in practice, or maybe if you watch, I guess you don't watch much of the defense on film, but or if you get to watch during the game, but just kind of getting to know him the last couple of years. Well, what kind of player do you think he is as a sixer guy? What does he bring to the team?
I would say you really couldn't tell I mean, you can tell he's a 6-year guy by just his knowledge of the game. I mean, that's a big thing. He his knowledge, but the biggest thing is just how he flies to the ball, and that's why he's able to get so many interceptions because he watches film constantly. Like you can tell, like in the hotel before. I think the first time I noticed was last year, my freshman year, in the hotel before we were about to get on the buses. He's constantly watching film, so he's knowing what they're going to do before we even get out there, and then just his work ethic on and off the field. Because I mean, he's a really good student, and yeah, that's something that I've learned from him too.
Did you see him watching film on the bus or at the team meal, or where'd you see him watching the extra film, if you remember?
Pretty much everywhere, but right before we get on the bus to go to the game.
You guys are just down in the lobby or something, or what, waiting to get on? Are you guys roommates or on the
Now,
road? Okay. Oh, and then I know you got bigger fish to fry than 6 wins, but that will get you bowl eligible. And is that anything you guys have talked about? I think got bowl eligible against Ole Miss 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Just is that anything that you guys have been talking about this weekend, bowl eligible?
I mean, he's mentioned it, but I think it's just the next game on the table. And so we got to take it as that.
And
yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Luke.
Oh, you can go to him if you want to.
No, you go ahead. I didn't mean to
Oh,
distract you.
no, you're good. I was gonna say it's just like what he said, just keep stacking on a good win that we had last week and try and keep this thing going in the right direction.
Yeah, and I had one more question about that third down tackle you made, I guess in the first quarter, where you kept the guy out. I mean, he looked like he was like an inch away, but you made the tackle. Some guys mentally just might give up on that play, but you stayed with it, and then you guys got the fourth down stop. Eric made the tackle, and they didn't score. What do you remember about that play? And I guess how kind of your attitude about to just not giving up on something even when it looks like a guy's going to score.
Yeah, I kind of remember during the week they were talking about it in the red zone. They just like to get a lot of pick routes to the flats. And so my man ran across the field and I saw like a blur of the tight end passing my face. So I just kind of passed my guy off. And I think he's just running the ball. That's really what made the play.
Yeah, Hudson, I misspoke. I had one more thing that popped in my head. So you've played corner, nickel, and safety, right? Am I right about that?
Sir.
Okay. What do you think's the key to that versatility? Because I don't think too many guys do that.
I think just doing what your coach should do, and I mean you're gonna mess up, but if you can learn from those mistakes and keep building on that, and then use that knowledge for every position, I think that's what's important.
Basketball fans, it's that time of year again. The NBA is back. From opening tip-off to buzzer beaters, BetOnline has you covered with the best odds, biggest promotions, and live in-game betting on all of your favorite teams. This season, every game matters. BetOnline has every stat, matchup, breakdown, and live odds to bet on during the games. And it's not just the NBA. BetOnline has odds on everything from football, MLB playoffs, NHL, to even political props. Head to the website today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline, the game starts here.